All right, so today what we're going to do is learn how to use the shell tool and make a zipper tag. So this is something that you could actually print out and put on your backpack. So we'll go ahead. The shell tool, real quick, is a way to remove material from a part to produce a cavity of constant wall thickness with the option to remove zero faces, hollow, to many faces as of the part or a shell. So here's just a quick video showing that to us.
The shell feature allows you to remove material from a part to produce a cavity of constant wall thickness, with the option to remove zero faces, hollow, to many faces of the part, shell. Click the Shell Feature tool on the Part Studio toolbar. Click on the part face or faces to remove. The rest of the part is hollowed out, forming a shell. Enter a value in the shell thickness field to set the thickness of the part walls. By default, the shell is formed inside the part face. Click the opposite direction arrow to form the shell outside the part face. Optionally, check Hollow and select the part in the graphics area to shell Hollow the part without removing any faces. Click the green check mark to accept the new shell. To view the hollow part, click the Camera and Render Options drop-down and select Section View. Then select a section plane, in this case, the front of the part. As you move the manipulator arrow, the hollow center is revealed.
So pretty cool tool, pretty easy to use out of everything. So we're going to go ahead and create this. So I'm going to go to Onshape, create document. We're going to title it a zipper tag and your last name. What I like to do automatically is I like to click on the top view, right click, and get rid of the other planes because we don't need them. Now, this is like our build surface, what we're going to be building on. We're going to be using millimeters today, so we do need to change our workspace units. So we're going to change them temporarily from inches to millimeters. So we'll go ahead and click the green check mark to say we're good to go. We'll take a top view at this moment. We're going to always, to get a build sketch going, click on sketch. So that means we're going to sketch on the top plane. We are going to use our rectangle tool. It's pretty easy to use, but we're really going to make this fairly small. We can use however we want to do it. We could use our measurement tool here, or dimensioning tool, sorry. We're going to go ahead and have this as a width of 32. And we're going to go with a height of 12. And from there, we can go ahead, either check it or we could extrude. We're going to extrude it today. If you look at it from our isometric, that's huge. We're just going to go 3 millimeters. And we're done. So that at least is the basis of our tag part. The next thing up on our agenda would be to go to the top. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, pan so it's there. We're going to use the shell tool that we just saw there. So here's the shell tool. We'll click on it. This is the part we want to go ahead and make a shell of. Since I clicked on the top part, you'll notice that it already is trying to cut down into it, but we're going to cut it to 1.5. So now we literally have a shelled out area that is 1.5 on the sides, on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and check OK. The next thing we want to do is begin to create a hole. So we want this hole centered. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, sketch. Try to make sure that we sketch on the top, not the inside. So the top. So we should kind of see the outside box and the inside box highlighted with yellow. We're going to go ahead to our point tool. We're going to use the snap or automatic feature and click at the edge there. And now we're just going to bring it out, or the middle, sorry. Click right there. Now, I was lucky. I got 2. I'll hit escape. I've got 2 dots. If I was to happen to get a dot here or a point here, I would just click on it and hit backspace or delete. That way, I've done this many times. Sometimes you get this little booger here. You would just have to, like, for example, it would look like that. You would just go ahead, click on it, and make it delete, or click on it and hit backspace. Once we have that, we want it at 3 millimeters. So we're going to take out that dimensioning tool, click, click, dimension. We're going to go 3 millimeters. We're going to hit a OK. Next tool that we're going to use is the hole tool. We've used this one before. We're going to hover near the um, point on the innermost box. We're going to want to make sure that it is 3 millimeters. So I like it right there. We'll go ahead and click X. Just checking to make sure it's a little close. Looks like it's just perfect. If you wanted to move it over or make your hole just like 2.9, that would be okay also. So there, that way it gives me sort of the most area that I can add text. So we want to add text inside this box. It's going to be just like anything else. Sketch. Make sure we're sketching in the inside of this, the rectangle, the innermost one. So from here, we're going to take the text tool, and we can kind of start to draw it in here. Our text, you can go ahead, put 3 initials. You can't put your full name, last name. You might be able to put your last name. You might be able to put your first name. I will show you pretty much how it works. I'm going to go all capital. I think it'll print better. You also want to bold it. I suggest using Open Sans. If you start using any of these other creative ones, it kind of gets a little bit crazy. And there's like sans serif or surf, and it looks much fancier but harder to print on a 3D printer. So I recommend Open Sans. We're going to bold it, and I'll hit check mark. And as you see right here, it is awfully huge, and it doesn't fit all the way in there. That's okay. What we can use now is the dimensioning tool. So I'm going to click, click, and I'm going to change it. And this is where you're going to have some play with it. I'm going to change it to 23 millimeters. Didn't like that time. Let's see why. I'll just go ahead, click X. I'm going to put down my sketch again. We'll go ahead with, we'll go Joe Fly, bold it to make it as big as we can. Then we'll click that. We're happy with it. Now this is where we'll try that dimensioning again. Make sure I'm dimensioning the right part. That's a little bit better compared to last time. So again, nothing, it's not always going to be perfect. You just got to play around with the program. Nothing wrong with that. For right now, I am going to get out of my dimensioning tool by hitting escape. To move my text, I got to click and make sure that I just highlight the ends, which allow me to move it horizontally. And if I now kind of highlight the top or bottom, I can grab it and move it in this way. So right now that looks fairly centered. Maybe I want to move it a little bit more this way. And from there, I like where it is. I could always make it a little bit bigger if I wanted to by changing this measurement. Maybe I want to make it 24 and a little bit bigger. But once I do that, I need to kind of play around with it, make it look centered again. There we go. If I go to my isometric, you will see that it's flat. It's not raised up. So we'll go to our extrude. We're going to extrude. I think we can go about 2. Let's see what it looks like. If I look at this from, let's see here. We'll grab it, look at it isometrically. We'll look at it from the top. It's a little raised above. That's fine. I can have it at 2. If I want it a little closer, even with the top, I could probably hit 1.9 or 1.8 to it. And once I have that, it's looking pretty good. I want it to do the following now. I must go to the Part Studio. I go to Export. From Export, I rename it Bag Tag or Zipper Tag, my last name. And I'm going to put my period number. And I just want to make sure that the format is St. Louis, STL. My unit's in millimeters. Your resolution could be fine or medium, it doesn't matter. And we go ahead and export. From here now, you would email me your teacher and we'll work on getting it printed out for you. Easy peasy, nice and easy. All right, your turn. Let's get her done.